Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on this show. I'm going to get right into it. Start with the NFL news. I'm here. So, some more help in Buffalo. Giants inside linebacker. So, Giants inside linebackers coach John Gorgou is returning to the Bills to do the same job for Buffalo, where he worked from 2018 to 2020. The Bills are also hiring Oklahoma's assistant head coach and co-defensive coordinator Jay Valai as their cornerbacks coach. So the NFL, they will be returning to Madrid, Spain to play regular season games at the Bernabeu Stadium, home to Real Madrid CF, in a multi-year partnership with the city of Madrid and de Madrid, beginning in the 2026 NFL regular season. Why does it get to a point where I don't know, the fans here in the U.S. just feel like the game is getting harder to enjoy and connect with, like these overseas games. But yeah, they signed a multi-year deal for more regular season games in Madrid. So the NFL announced the Saints will be the home team for the first ever NFL game in Paris, France during the 2026 regular season. Oh God, the Saints. I mean, Tyler's show was way better than I thought, but my lord. But the game in France will take place at the Stade de France, the country's national stadium. They have signed head coach Sean McVay and general manager Les Snead to contract extensions. So they got signed to their contract extensions today. Packers officially announced Jonathan Gannon officially as their defensive coordinator, and so Jonathan Gannon becomes the defensive coordinator for Matt LaFleur, while Matt's brother Mike LaFleur takes over as head coach for Gannon's former team in Arizona. The Steelers, they've named Jason Simmons defensive pass game coordinator / DB's coach, Scott McCurley inside linebackers coach, and Steve Scarnecchia the chief of staff. The Ravens, they made another hire. They're expected to hire Dolphins defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver as their defensive coordinator. He worked for the Ravens from 2021 to 2023 in assorted roles, including assistant head coach. So the Ravens make another hire here. So Weaver, he was a head coach in finals in Arizona and Pittsburgh, but ultimately lands as the Ravens defensive coordinator, which is probably the better move, honestly. Steelers named James Campen offensive line coach, Jari Evans assistant offensive line coach, Raymond Chin Young senior running backs coach, Adam Henry wide receivers coach, and Tom Arth the quarterbacks coach. That's their coaching staff right there. Denver's passing game coordinator Davis Webb has reached an agreement to become the Broncos offensive coordinator. He interviewed for 3 head coaching jobs during this hiring cycle, but he remains with the Broncos as their now their offensive coordinator. So, and they promote quality control coach Logan Kilgore is being promoted to the QB's coach. The NFL finally released a statement on Steve Titch. The league is aware of the reports, and his response their office will look into the matter to understand the facts. The Titans are hiring 49ers assistant head coach Gus Bradley as their defensive coordinator per source. The Bills have hired Arizona Cardinals passing game coordinator / receivers coach Drew Terrell as their wide receivers coach. And the NFL will return to Mexico City as well to play regular season games for the next 3 years at Estadio Banorte starting in the 2026 season. So they're going to be basically, I think, Madrid and Mexico City. I believe that's all from Schefter. So Roger Goodell had some comments today. So he talked about the current group of referees, gave his opinion, and said, "I'm so amazed at how good our officials are." Oh, brother. He's done. They're not amazing. So the NFLP and the league have not had any formal discussions on an 18-game season, but it's something the NFL is definitely interested in. A second bye week and roster sizing would have to be discussed as well. Roster sizing. Okay. And he also spoke on the lack of diversity in that latest head coaching cycle. Like I said yesterday, who cares, man, what race their head coach is, man? Like, who cares? But no matter what your skin color is, you're either a good head coach or a bad head coach. I don't care what your skin color is. If you're a bad coach to me, you're a bad coach. Okay, so like Raheem Morris and Tomlin, they aren't really good coaches anymore. Well, Tomlin was for a while, but not anymore. Raheem Morris, I don't think he's a good head coach. I think he's a better defensive coordinator. Mike McDaniel, who got fired, I don't think he's really a good head coach, but he's probably better off as coordinator. So there's reports that says the Eagles are, quote, confident that Vic Fangio is returning as their defensive coordinator for 2026. There's kind of hinted, maybe there's hints he can retire, but it says they're confident he'll come back. So an anonymous NFL player gave his opinion on Bad Bunny for like the halftime show. Said, "I don't even know who Bad Bunny is. I always think it should be an American. I think they're trying too hard with this international stuff. I don't think people realize Puerto Rico is part of America. I don't think people realize that. He's American. And don't say he's right. Well, they're an American. He's an American. I don't get it. And people are like, oh, he can't speak English. I heard him speak English pretty fine last night. I think he can speak English fine. Never heard this freaking complaint for any Super Bowl halftime show, my lord. I don't even care for Bad Bunny. Just like, shut up. So, Kevin O'Connell was the primary lead in the 2024 draft process that led to the Vikings drafting J.J. McCarthy. Sean McVay says he expects Devontae Adams back. The Cowboys have had preliminary contract discussions with free agent running back Devontae Williams, but are now waiting for him to hire an agent. So Devin Lloyd will likely hit free agency this offseason after playing his way out of the Jaguars' price range. The odds of star pass rusher Trey Hendrickson staying in Cincinnati are, quote, very slim according to Ben_Baby. But yeah, I believe that's it from JPA. So from Sheffield, the Steelers are interviewing Scott Tolzien for their offensive coordinator job today. Niners promoted Al Guido to role of Chief Executive Officer. The Dolphins have re-signed Joe Barry, their linebackers coach and run game coordinator. The Bills are hiring Bobby April III as their new outside linebackers coach. But I believe that's all for the NFL news. Let's move on. So now from NBA Central, this is per J.K. Fisher. Giannis can be turned off by joining an older team like the Warriors and facing the same criticism Kevin Durant did for playing Steph Curry's shadow. I think this is a bunch of bullshit, man. The difference is Giannis has already proven he's won a ring. Carried his team as a proven leader. KD played for the team that had just beat him the year prior. This is a much different scenario, dude. The Warriors aren't considered a sure bet title contender. Without Kevin Durant, they were still a title contender. This isn't the same as Kevin Durant joining the Warriors. The Lakers and LeBron are reportedly ready to move on from each other per J.K. Fisher. Wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers and LeBron move on. I don't think this season, but I think maybe in the off-season, maybe. People around the league may believe Kawhi was snubbed by coaches from the Western Conference due to the aspiration scandal. I don't think so. A couple of people inside the Bucks organization reportedly like the Miami Heat's potential offer for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Nikola Vucevic says, it ain't fun being the play-in every year. Well, maybe it's more like they should tank. The Sacramento Kings reportedly viewed Dennis Schroeder as the top player in the market last summer and felt he could have been a building block for long-term success. Sure. Chris Paul is still stuck on the Clippers as there's been no movement on the trade front for him. And the Timberwolves are looking for help from third and fourth teams to help facilitate a Giannis trade to Minnesota. So many Giannis rumors, man. The Cavs have discussed trading Max Strus per Brett Siegel NBA. Miles Turner is a name to watch on the trade market. The NBA teams have been doing their homework on him. The Milwaukee Bucks want Tyler Hero and all of Miami's young players in exchange for Giannis per Brett Siegel NBA. I don't know if they want to trade all of their young players. Teams are monitoring Donovan Mitchell's situation in Cleveland. The Milwaukee Bucks are fascinated by the idea of acquiring all of the Warriors' first-round picks and have yet to decline the Warriors' trade offer per Brett Siegel NBA. And Draymond Green, he could be on board, this is also per Brett Siegel, be on board with a Giannis trade and then return to the Warriors as a free agent this summer. Is this part of the plan? I can't even come up with a tweet to respond. I don't think it's going to happen. The Warriors going to be tricking him. They're going to bring him back. I think it's probably some bullshit, too. The Bulls are struggling to receive a first-round pick from teams interested in trading for Kobe White. Yeah, ain't nobody trading a first-round pick for him. Miami Heat potential offer for Giannis, Tyler Hero, Kelly Ware, Terry Rozier, young players, and like 4 or 5 first-round picks. I mean, this kind of is a haul, but I don't know if I would trade all my young players. The Mavericks are exploring D'Angelo Russell's trade options after removing him from the rotation. Trade him for what? The Knicks have no interest in aggressively pursuing Giannis because they like their current team. Yeah, but I believe that is all for the NBA news here. All these rumors here, man, as we're getting closer and closer to the NBA trading deadline. Let's move on here. So let's move on to wrestling here. So Roman Reigns has been officially announced for Raw tonight in Philly. Obafemi will make his Raw debut tonight, and Roman Reigns is set to be the main event tonight on Monday Night Raw. Brie Bella has joined the Raw roster via PW Insider. Dominic Mysterio is expected back imminently from his shoulder injury. The producers for the Rumble match were Bobby Roode, Shane Helms, Michael Hayes, and Jamie Noble. And advertised for tonight is Stephanie and Raquel in a Philly street fight. It's the only thing that's advertised for Raw tonight, and Roman Reigns will appear. That's what's advertised. It's all from WrestleOps. So WWE ultimately ended up passing on putting Kit Wilson in the Rumble match. And man, I'd rather him in there than Mr. Iguana, who got no reaction. But one person did be noted they did not expect the company to use the LED lighting at seats for future Saudi shows. Good. There were some empty seats for sure, but that lighting didn't help. Roman and CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championships currently playing for WrestleMania 42. Drew McIntyre and Cody is the other playing World Title match, although Jacob Fatu could be added to make it a triple threat. God. They better add Jacob Fatu, because I don't want to see this shit again. We've seen Cody and Drew like 3 or 4 times. I don't want to see it again. So for NASCAR news, we're going to go over the schedule again. So for Bowman Gray, Wednesday, 1:30 Fox Sports app / Fox 1, Cut P&Q, 4:30 on Fox, the LCQ, 75 laps. And at 6 on Fox, the Clash, 200 laps. Still in the 40s with a 25% chance of rain. This is for Wednesday. Really the only thing for NASCAR news is to go over the schedule. So now let's talk about baseball to end off here. So we're going to end off here with a trade for baseball. The Mariners are nearing a deal to acquire Brendan Donovan, infielder / outfielder from St. Louis Cardinals. It's part of a three-way trade, also includes Tampa Bay. Source tells me a deal that's finally been considered for weeks would finally land Seattle a versatile impact bat. But they've officially acquired him. All-star Brendan Donovan. The deal's done full trade. Per sources, the Mariners will receive Donovan. The Cardinals will receive Jaringolo Cagente. However the fuck you say his name, Tay Pete, Colton Leadbeater, and 2 competitive balance round B picks, and the Rays will receive Ben Williamson. Man, that's a huge addition to their lineup. Williamson's glove, he has a good glove, but the bat is suspect. Like, Cagente has potential to be really good as a starting right-handed pitcher, but he's still 2-3 years away, and Pete is a lottery ticket, so I think it's a good deal for Seattle here, man. To add Brendan Donovan to their lineup. So, free agent infielder Ty France has a robust market. Chris Cotillo notes the following teams expressed interest: the D-backs, the Yankees, the Mets, and the Padres. Yeah, but that is all the news here today for in the world of sports. Here, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'll go out. Peace.